behalf of the committee, welcome to Port Reading Day 2021. I'd like to introduce the committee and thank them for all their hard work. We have Council President Brian Small, we have Joe Zullo, we have Annalyn Zullo, Dan Nimitz, and Jessica Recitas. This is your Port Reading Day committee. They are responsible for everything that we have here today. A big thank you to them. Also, I'd like to thank the Port Reading Fire Department, my extended family, the Port Reading EMS, who I see about twice a month regularly at my mother's house, so a big thank you to them. And also a big thank you to the Board of Fire Commissioners for giving us permission to have Port Reading Day here. Commissioner Robert Santarelli, Commissioner Steve Weber, my favorite fire commissioner, Joanne Molnar. Then we also have Commissioner Danny Egan and Commissioner Mark Sinelli, so a big thank you to them. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce Port Reading resident and your council president, Brian Small.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, committee. As always, great job. It's going to be a wonderful day. I just want to recognize a few people out in the audience. They're going to come up and speak a little bit. I'd be remiss if I didn't introduce the Mayor of Woodbridge, John McCormick. Our Chief of Staff, Carolyn Ehrlich. And our great friend to Port Reading, 3rd Ward Councilman Corey Spiller. I'd like to introduce our EMS Chief, Michael Barcelona, our Treasurer, Erica Michie, and our Secretary, Sean Bukowski. Our Volunteer Fire Chief, John Regier. I just want to say that we suffered a tremendous loss here about 3 weeks ago. The Vice President of First Aid Squad, also the Vice President of the fire company, Rich Krusch, passed away. So I ask that you keep your thoughts and prayers with his family. It's certainly a great loss to Port Reading. So with that, I'd like to introduce our 3rd Ward Councilman, Corey Spiller.
Thank you, Council President. When we go to a lot of these, when you have a community day, this is what a community day is. Everyone here knows everyone's first name, everyone lifelong residents, everyone's friends. Great job by the committee, Port Reading Fire Department, EMS, everyone involved. So give yourselves a big round of applause because you guys are awesome. It's always a great event. Once again, thank you and congratulations on a great day. And at this time, I'd like to call on everyone's great friend, our Mayor, John McCormick.
Thank you, Councilman Spiller, and thanks for that introduction. Thanks, Brian. I think this is the only section of town now that has a day like this, so that says a lot about Port Reading. And as Corey said, the camaraderie and the friendship that's built up over many years. And Port Reading revolves around this building right here, the firehouse and the first aid squad. That is the heart and soul of Port Reading. So congratulations to all of you who work here or are volunteers here. I want to thank Council President Brian Small. He eats, lives, sleeps, breathes Port Reading every day of his life, and he's so much of an advocate for this part of town, and he's literally lived here his entire life. So let's hear for our chairman, Brian Small. I would like to just honor the past, or recognize the past honorees of the Port Reading Lifetime Achievement Award. Former Mayor Joe DiMarino. And by the way, we're having the Port Reading Saints Field renamed for him next Saturday, October 17th. I don't know exactly what time. I could tell you if you want. 11 a.m. Thank you, Brian. It's going to be known as the Mayor Joseph A. DiMarino Sports Complex. We didn't realize it at the time, but John Mitch found a resolution where he provided the funding while he was the mayor for that field. So it's entirely fitting. Plus, his kids played there. It's entirely fitting that that field be named after him. Also, Vincent Martino, former councilman, former freeholder. Robert Molnar, former councilman. Brian Small, current councilman. Gary Sutphin, Roseanne McNamara, Larry Malosha, Robert Santarelli, and all the members of the Port Reading First Aid Squad. Let's hear for all our past honorees. And now I'd like to turn the microphone back to our MC, Council President Brian Small.
Thank you, Mayor. It gives me great pleasure to give this award out today, the Port Reading Lifetime Achievement Award, to Mr. Brian Molnar. Gotcha. In grateful appreciation for your outstanding leadership and tireless efforts in making the town of Port Reading the community it is today. Port Reading Community Day, October 9th, 2021. Brian? I have a little bio before we wrap this up. Each year, at Port Reading Day, we honor a member of our community that has devoted their time and talent to make Port Reading a better place to live, awarding them with the Port Reading Lifetime Achievement Award. This year's recipient is a lifelong resident of Port Reading who has dedicated both his professional and personal life to the community of Port Reading for over 40 years. He has been employed by Woodbridge Township for 30 years, currently serving as a recreation director, where he manages the Cypress Recreation Center, Woodbridge Community Center, youth sports programs, summer concerts, recreation programs, and so much more. He's a member of the Woodbridge Board of Education since 2005, is currently the longest elected official in Woodbridge Township. He serves as vice president in 2007 and president from 2008 through 2010, and again in 2014. He also proudly served the residents of Port Reading as a volunteer firefighter for several years, as well as the 3rd Ward County Committee man. He's acted as Port Reading Committee Day Chair since its inception in 2010. For many years, he volunteers at the Port Reading Saints, Woodbridge PBA Street Hockey, Woodbridge Youth Soccer, Woodbridge Little League, and Woodbridge Recreation Basketball. The Port Reading Saints Kitchen was named after him due to his commitment and dedication as a head cook for several years, and he's also founder of the OG member of the PRM. We'll talk about that later. It is my honor to award this esteemed Port Reading resident and my lifelong friend Brian Molnar with the Lifetime Achievement Award. Brian is here with his wife of 32 years, Joanne, AKA Favorite Commissioner, his son Brian and daughter-in-law Charlie, and daughter Alyssa. His son Andrew couldn't be with us today, but the entire Molnar family, our lifelong Port Reading residents, still reside here today. Please join me in congratulating Brian on this well-deserved award. We thank you all for your constant dedication to the public service, passionate commitment to the residents of Port Reading. Brian.
Wow, I'm speechless. I mean, thank you to everybody. Thank you to the committee, to the mayor. I'm glad Brian got to read that bio, because when my wife always goes, "Where are you? Where are you?" I guess that bio kind of explains where I'm at.
I wrote it myself.
But thank you to everybody. This is amazing. You know, Port Reading is a unique town. You know, once you're here, like, you don't get out. You stay. And it's just because of everybody here. We're a special group of people. We're not just friends, we're family. So just thank you to everybody. And to show you how committed people are here, you know, I just wanted to say real quick, I didn't think I was getting this, but I was going to grab the mic back and thank, you know, Trebenco Funeral Parlor, Sean Bukowski, Kira, doing all the cooking here. It's all free, you know, and also Jessica Rositas, she has her business over here. I'm going to call her up in a second. And you know how committed we are in Port Reading that Jessica and Matt are celebrating their 16th wedding anniversary. And instead of being in the Poconos or Niagara Falls or whatever, they're here at Port Reading Day. And she's going to come up for 1 second and talk about the products she's selling, but she's going to make a donation to the St. Barnabas Burn Center. So be generous. And Jessica, you want to come up?
Sure. Thank you. Happy anniversary, Matt. Facebook, right? Exactly. We're having a great time. Sunflower Meadow Seasoning, obviously some of you know, is a public, I go to farm markets and vendor fairs, but usually we do our basket raffle for the Ladies Auxiliary, but this year we're setting up the shop, and I'm going to donate 40% to the burn unit. So if you guys could be, you know, go over, visit the shop and see if you like anything, okay? And congratulations to everybody, and thanks for today. You're good.
Thank you. And then, okay, one last thing before I call the mayor back up. We are selling T-shirts. If you go see Erica, it's going to be a fundraiser. They're breast cancer awareness T-shirts, EMS. It's going to a breast cancer group. The proceeds are going to go to a breast cancer group. So be generous, buy yourself a t-shirt, because pink is fashionable in the month of October. And now let me call the mayor back up.
I just want to congratulate Brian. Obviously, I couldn't say something when I was up here before, but I knew he was getting it. When I got here, I said, hey, Brian, why aren't we honoring anybody today? And he said, we just didn't get around to it, knowing all well that the whole time that we were honoring Brian, who was, Brian Small said, is director, does an outstanding job. I think Brian missed a few things that Brian Molnar does. There's so much happening in rec today. Basketball league going on, soccer league going on, cheerleaders practicing, a Barron Arts Center going on with the Barron Fest. Everything's happening. It's all because of his leadership in the recreation department. So I just want to say what a pleasure it is to be the mayor and have a guy like this running our rec department. And I just realized when Brian said it, he's the longest serving public official. I don't like that. He started in 2005, I started in 2006. So I don't think I'm going to support him for Board of Ed the next time he runs, so I can have the longest serving tenure. So anyway, my good friend Brian Molnar really deserves this award. Congratulations. And the first father-son team to both win the award, which I think is very special too. Congratulations, Brian.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you. And you heard him say it. He's not supporting me for Board of Ed next time. You heard it. It's on video. And also, after those kind words, maybe a raise. But let's get Gary back up here and let's get this party kicking again.